Good evening, this is Nerfed to Human, and welcome back to our Rebels campaign here on Playable 2 Total War, and you join me outside of Rennes, where the last French settlement is about to go down. Now, I'm a little bit teased here because I'd quite like to give them a turn for one more siege on Castlevania, just for old time's sake. It was more the English and the French, but they have tried themselves, so yeah, sadly, I will not be given that option. We will be destroying the French almost immediately, but there have been some strange things in the one turn since the last episode. Firstly, we've talked of desertion, which, yes, should never appear in the game, which is quite an amusing little picture. That's partly because, yes, this lad, the guy who failed his jihad on Al-Hakim, he has got some Turkomans who are no longer on jihad, so I don't know how the game's going to cope with that. And to be honest, the game's already had a little bit of a wibble already. In fact, to show you that, I'll load up the last save file I have from the previous episode, just before we took some Monomach over here. Because you might remember there was this lad Casualties over here who was, a bit of a weird wibble. The game didn't seem to realise that he existed. And if we load up the game, yes, we'll see what happens. Here we are then at the Battle of Yash just before we headed into this. And this is our lad Casualties over here. We'll just withdraw. He just dies. And if I load up this file, or indeed the file at the end of the episode, then he's just immediately dead. The other one, actually, we're too far away. We didn't get to see him die. But we're close enough here where we can see that, the ghost of Rashkos has passed on to a new world. Perhaps he was not meant to be one with the anarchy. Either way, it leaves these lads with one less general to do the killings. So, bit of a shame that, but I thought I'd show you what happened to that strange lad. Anyway, back to reality. Indeed, back to reality, where you might notice my voice is a bit wonky here today. I have unfortunately picked up a little bit of a cold. I made the foolish decision of heading back to England, and it immediately made me ill. So maybe we'll stick away from that and we'll just get Milan under siege. That will make me feel an awful lot better. There is the Duke Agostino, as well as presumably, yes, his faction heir. Milan under siege with a full stack. This is looking nice. Now, I have just sent my heretic over here to Corsica. Now, do they have a general here? It doesn't look like it. Okay, that makes life a lot easier, yes. So we'll just be the two generals in here, most likely, to finish them off. And that will just flip Corsica over to me. Very nice indeed. That is, unless there is, of course, a general somewhere else on a boat. Could be true. Ah, there's one over there. Fine. We might well need to finish them off. Is he a general or family member? No, family member. Fine. We will potentially just have the Sanin kill him if it comes to it, but we shall see about all of that. Now, elsewhere, our army over here, Adil, has now managed to reach the port. We have actually got a couple of reinforcements just swinging up towards him, actually. And we can get one more as well. You just, you get yourself over there. The boat can plod back in this direction. So yes, these guys can hopefully just pick him up next turn. We'll get whatever we can in that direction. As for the rest of this, well, we're just starting to, yes, pull together our forces. Very nice indeed. And yeah, I don't mind taking a turn here, lads, just to get ourselves organised. So how much do we have? Pretty much a full stack. Let's get them together. This is ridiculous. We'll organise this. We've got some peasants over here which probably can get involved as well. But an awful lot of random sieges to behold. Over in Rhodes, oh, Cotswolds, we sorted that up. It's fine. We actually have the full stack of John heading over. It's kind of his job, to be honest. It's just, Araklon's got a few less troops. So we'll split them up. We'll get that sorted out in time. We do want to take care of the Egyptian settlement over here because they did nab that off us, unfortunately. Although having picked up a big pile of boats from, I think the Turks gave us quite a few, actually, yes. So that's looking pretty darn good. We're moving our armies over in this direction towards Alexandria, which is great. We've got commanders of Ephesus still not satisfied with his work. He's going to destroy the Byzantines, he's going to destroy the Turks, he's going to destroy the Egyptians too, damn it. Although, to be fair, all of these guys, like Naguib here from last time, has done a marvellous bit of work. So, yes, we will... I don't know that Egypt will fall today, but we're working on Egypt. We've certainly got Milan on the ropes. We've got the French to kill immediately. We've also got Poland. Oh, yeah, you are very close indeed. Okay, we'll put them under siege. That might be a brutal... Oh, yeah, it's the ballista army. Yes, there might be a bit of a brutal one. We shall see about that. I'm going to send a couple more nobles in to help with that next turn as well. We might well want a good amount of siege equipment for that their battle. So, might be a couple turns away. Vienna 1 turn away as well. Indeed, we are slowly turning the screw. Really, it's going to be Iberia will be the last to fall. We do have a battle over there to take care of very, very soon indeed with the Portuguese. And I quite like to just, yes, nab that. And then maybe just do some of the other stuff before we... Yeah, get ourselves into their campaign. Let's finish off the French, shall we? That's what we're here for here today. Guillemot de Lyon, you are far from home, sir. Quite why there is no Lyon on this game, I don't know, actually. It's a bit of an empty corner of the map. So we got him and Henri over here, who we, of course, will be slaughtering too. Should be simple enough, but it is their last city. I guess we'll give them the honour of dying properly. Well, having given up the walls pretty much immediately and leaving their infantry in the plaza, looks like they are going to charge on in. And this wasn't really quite the battle I was expecting. Get yourselves onto hold, please. This general's just here to help out. Missiles from above should do a very, very good bit of work indeed. Guys, please shoot them. Thank you very, very much. General should be getting himself over into a different position. You know what? Yes, you could be getting into the side right now, lads. Go and do that. That'll be marvellous. It isn't quite your position, but you know what? Go and do it. Over in this part of the world, yes, we do have more lads over here. Longbows, you should also be getting into position to shoot into them. So shoot on into those lads. That'd be fine. We were just trying to set up, which is why people weren't actually on fire at will. But it will be absolutely a-okay at this point because, to be honest, yeah, they seem to be throwing themselves forward pretty darn stupidly. These guys, yes, that's that same alleyway. Down he goes. Same alleyway as last time when we didn't use the alleyway. Lads, can you please work out how an alleyway works? That would be absolutely marvellous. And if you could, that will mean that we can get the surround in. I think the general's being pulled in now, which is good. And I think we're going to be too late for the old ambush. Well done, everyone. That's fine. You guys get yourselves back into hold position. No. Back over there. That's where you're supposed to be. Similar over here where the infantry have got pulled forward. No. We shoot them from the walls like the cowards they are. Although, to be fair, if they are running forward, they're not actually too cowardly, are they? No, not really. So get yourselves over here, lads. Please, can you wall properly? Your longbows, you have pretty good range. Even so, you might need to get a little bit closer. That's not too bad, but over here isn't very good at all. Why are the walls so bad on this game? Okay, so they're now fighting the guys who are supposed to be the alley ambush. That's fine. We'll just wait for them to get in a more stupid position with these archers here, and then we'll run in, pin them in, and they'll be falling too. Good there, so they're now getting destroyed. They're in a terrible, terrible position. We're mostly mopping them up, and now we're going to get ourselves killed by the general. But you know what? There's some basic Viking raiders. They can just chop their way through. If they die, they die. But I think they're going to pretty much do this by themselves here. Oh no, there's some Meld Knights. They have 20 of them. They might be able to do this, actually. That'd be fun. If yeah, well, you know what? Fair enough. These guys have come forward. They've tried to take us on. They have failed. But they've done a decent bit of work of not being a brutal coward. We didn't need to shoot them down from up here, even though we did do a little bit of that. That is the end of France. Down they both go, and down he goes again. For some reason, the game wants to kill him many times, and that's fine by me. Down they go, sack the settlement, and there goes France. Excellent news all around, and with that, an extra bit of dread for our good friend Robin Elise, who is slightly dreadful and terribly scarred. Very nice indeed. So with that, we got ourselves a pile of boats. Might as well just immediately attack all of these Portuguese lads. We got our ship sunk. Excellent work, everyone. I am really impressed. So, our fleet, by the way, can we get through these guys? I think we can. We won. Yoo-hoo! Okay, I'm going to tell these guys to come around here, and they can get themselves sunk too. Okay, there we are. That's good. They did a job, so that's fine. Now, the Portuguese over here didn't actually have anyone on these ships. Yeah, there were people on those ships. We should probably deal with them. Okay, in time we might build some boats. We just get rid of most of our boats there. We'll send more in this part of the world. it'll be fine. I'm not too concerned about the boats at this point because we have done all the good work. Guy de Rems has joined us. Thank you very much, sir. And yeah, we'll just keep you walking down in this direction. Likewise, more men over there. And that big French army, there we go. Francis de Montchamp. That's the old king, is he not? Very nice. Certainly should be. He was wandering around this part of the world. So, yes, it's a slightly dull-looking French army. This is my army, which is why it looks better, damn it. And yes, this lad can just move over to Le Bridge. Are there any more Frenchies around? This, I think, was my guy standing on the bridge. Fine. Okay, it's a few more men. We can just organise things. I'm going to bring everyone down here to try and, yeah, circle in on that. We do have Knud over here against Captain Saraceno. And we won't worry about him right this time. We'll see if he wants to take us on in the mountains, because I think we'll smash him if indeed they want to. So I think next up then, we need to go deal with Portugal, who are indeed sending some men towards us. Martin de Mota and Captain Gill. Okay, just some mailed knights there. And a few of these. I don't know why the game fancies they've got any chance. Don't know why they're bothering to take us on, but we'll go and slaughter them anyway. Well, immediately then, it's a bit of a skirmish because they just had themselves a pile of silly skirmishes, so we will just tell our units to shoot at the general. That'll be fine. But to be honest, we've got a big line of infantry. We might as well be using them. So you guys get yourselves forward. That'll be perfect. They have their Amalgarves who are just throwing in odd javelins here or there. Yeah, but I think the general's going to be in big trouble because he's an absolute numpty. And for some reason, got himself into a big old fight here. We'll just send my cav forward just to do whatever they can. But yes, it looks like he's already dead. So, yes, Portugal not really doing a good showing here. Let's chase them down, lads. As we get ready for the second force, then we do actually need to finish off this first set of units who weren't all routing, actually. So it wasn't technically a chase, but we've kind of turned it into a chase at this point. So with the general dead, that is absolutely A-OK. And we should largely be in place to finish off these guys. Can we have all missiles, please? Just to make sure that we are in position, lads, anytime soon. I'd quite like you to be shooting at him. So can I try and get the general ahead? Yeah, probably. So yeah, let's get our infantry around to the flank. Yeah, they're just going to charge on in. That'll be A-OK for me. So yeah, just start getting as many of them in as possible. And I'm going to get my general around the back because I think we should be able to mop these guys up without too many problems. They will do a bit of damage, but to be honest, I'm not too concerned about that, to be fair. Let's just make sure we mop them up as much as possible. Indeed, they are already gone. So all missiles, do try and get as many shots as you can. I don't really want to have to deal with these guys later. But unfortunately, we were too quick to kill them. And now they're going to get away. Another glorious victory for Reginald. There are some more units behind, but to be honest, I think, yeah, quite happy just to pick off the general. Simple enough victory, all things considered, but we picked up the general. That is the main thing. A few cavalry, of course, getting away, but I'm not so concerned about them. On the end turn then, Vienna becomes our focus as they try and sally forth. They've had a long time to do that. I don't think it will go well. We might as well give them the good grace of getting involved in this battle properly. Now, they did quite a lot of infantry, but it's low tier and a bit damaged. We have a bit of cavalry for some smashing. Hopefully, we can just prevent the general from causing us too many problems. He's alcoholic. That's not very good for him. Still got 3 command, but not particularly good. Let's go and clear him out. Well, it's taken a few moments to organise ourselves, but we are into battle. We do have our lovely, lovely rebel-only Hussites who should actually have proper skins, but for some reason don't. I don't know what I've done to the files to have messed that up, but apparently at some point I cooked that up. So that's marvellous, isn't it? They're shooting on into the general as much as possible. You guys get yourself onto fire arrows just for the morale smashing. And if these guys are going to stand around, he will just charge on into someone in the rear pretty darn soon. So yes, I'm going to say you guys get yourself into position over there. Nonetheless, we'll do so. Oh no, the general's come out to meet us. What a complete twat. Okay, we'll turn into these guys. Can we get a charge? Yeah, we were pretty lancy there. That's nice. Just get yourself into these spear militia just to maybe just convince them that they're terrified. Actually, you know what? Get yourselves over to the flank, because they're now routing, and I wouldn't mind this one cavalry not getting stuck with the general. Yeah, and instead being able to just pile into their archers at the rear. Very nice. Charge across there and hit them if you can at all. In general, just a big pile of, yes, pointy sticks versus pointy sticks. Get yourself over here for the big charge of the cavalry. And by charge, I mean their horses headbutting them. But it seems to have largely done the job. Unfortunately, my cav have got themselves a bit surrounded and they're now running away. Bit of a shame, but in general, yeah, in general, we've been doing a pretty good job. Most of them are now fleeing, to be honest, so it shouldn't be too much bother to clear them off. I don't want to send the general into battle because, yeah, obviously don't want the general to die. That wouldn't be very helpful at all. But we shall see how the rest of this goes. These guys are in a flanking position, so they might as well do some, you know, like flanking or something. So yeah, do a little bit of side pokery. That'll be excellent. But yeah, you can see they're pretty done battered already. So even though this general's going to put up a little bit of a fight, yep, nice bit of camera work there from the cavalryman. But yeah, they're giving up, aren't they? Excellent stuff. It's just the general with a really speedy charge due to the speed up there. Very nice. Quite a cinematic battle, this one. Quite enjoying it. And in general, I think we're in a pretty darn good position. It might be worth, it might be worth a little counter charge into these guys just a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but I kind of think it's a sensible idea. Changed my mind. Not a sensible idea at all. In fact, this feels closer than it should be, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to tell the general to run over here. Maybe just smash these town militia. I think we just need to deal with them. And if all missiles can be aimed at the general, that'd be great, because I feel like we've not done enough damage to him at this point. And yes, indeed, with that unit melting apart, we can hopefully turn this around and start smashing this unit instead. Come on, Mr. General. Let's do the job. Smash-a-rooney. Okay, I think we're doing the business now. Keep moving forward, sir. The only real bet now is on the general somehow melting our entire army. I don't really see that they will be doing that, because our general is basically doing that to them, which isn't particularly ideal for him, I would suggest. So just keep ploughing into them. I think we're going to rout this entire rear end of their army, which should mean that, yep, down he goes. Fair enough to him. He fought to the last, but yeah, they've now been defeated, and that pretty much should be their entire force falling apart. Peasant archers over there. Yeah, we can probably, actually, don't run away from that gate. Make sure I'm mopping them all up first. Thank you very much. But yeah, this battle's over. And while we lost a fair amount of work, Captain Baldassar, I would say pretty nice job, all things considered. Nice bucket of money for Vienna. Only a large town. That's surprising. Okay, my boat has been sunk. Okay, correction. My boots have been sunk. And, oh, also got Cairo to deal with. Okay, now we did a good job last time. You do the job again. It's the Sultan coming out as reinforcements. This is not a sally. This is out in the field. Okay? It's an interesting battle. We have a big pile of Saracen militia. Pretty darn tough to take out. These are underrated, I would suggest. And they can do a pretty darn good job to us if we're not careful. Arab Cav as well. They shouldn't be a problem, but we should just bear in mind that they could be irritating. As for these guys, yeah, I'm going to ignore the bodyguard for a moment, and yes, these cavalry are just going to obviously smash into their archers and just hopefully clear them out. Just get straight through them, lads, you will. With any luck, get them murdered immediately, which should be good news. With that then, we've got the hill against these guys for the time being, but we need to just make sure, as they now fully enter the battlefield, that we're ready to deal with them. I'm just going to shoot those Arab Cav just to make sure that there's no funny Cav business. Is keep the speed advantage, if nothing else, in our favour by just taking them out. They're pretty light. They should go down easily enough. So get yourself shuffling around, shoot into them. Might hit some of the others while you do it. They are being weirdly not aggressive here, and I'm finding it bizarre, to be honest. I'm going to get you guys to stop shooting at will. I need you to actually be shooting specific guys. Stop shooting these guys. They're dead. For Pete's sake, we just shoot some of the other lads. Yeah, get way into the rear here, because we need to be charging on in pretty darn soon, actually. Shoot into that bodyguard, into that flank. Thank you very, very much indeed. Those are the Saracen militia. Don't actually charge them. Don't charge them. just get ourselves prepped for a charge, because I need them to go down potentially. Right, you guys, how are you doing? Shoot that bodyguard as much as possible. You also shoot the bodyguard. And if you want to hit them in the flank, I'll be quite happy about it, to be honest. Yeah, pull them to the side. In we go then with a charge at the very front. These cav can do some excellent work. If nothing else, just poking them. Yeah, the general's got the idea and he's now coming in. That's not particularly useful. But, yeah, as you might notice, my voice is very much going now. Might take a break after this battle. But get these guys out of there. I think we're in a pretty good position, actually, because they've not started this very competently. Their general is getting whittled down a little bit. And we are getting them surrounded. At the rear then, the Saracens who are hanging around are hopefully going to fall apart from that charge. I certainly hope so. My cav might be struggling otherwise. No, we've got them. We've got those lads. Don't deal with the general. You just go and mop up them. And I'm going to tell my archer cav to get themselves over there to go and shoot down the Saracen militia. That's probably for the best. Bodyguard is getting himself shot. Just deal with him for a moment, please, Cav. You might get yourself killed as a result of that, but it's fine. You just need to hold him out of the way whilst we get on top of these guys. Okay, decent enough. Pull yourselves out of there. These guys are going to shoot into these Saracens, and I think, to be honest, it might just be time to get the other guys in here. Get on top of that general. In fact, to be honest, I think they might have this. They might have this if we just send in... Yeah, send in these guys now. I think we've got it. I think we have got this under control. Get ourselves moving forward. I thought Egypt might be more problematic, but no. It looks like they're going to fall apart. They've been a hard one to kind of prod early on in this campaign, but no. At this point, we've... yeah, some of the Turkish armies coming as well. They needed this. I don't know that Alexandria has very much left. I very much doubt that they have enough to get anything over the line now. I think we've largely gone beat, but we do need to head back over to yeah, Tripoli, where unfortunately they did manage to nab that town. Bit of work left to do, but mostly defeated now. Well done there, Gwib. Very good job again. Most glorious victory indeed it is. I am impressed, sir. Well, I said there was work to be done. It turns out there's not. Egypt are destroyed. That was the end of them. Didn't expect that one, but I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. That was the Sultan, but they did have 3 cities still, so that's impressive. Good job, everyone. I suppose we took out Aiken, Jerusalem last time, so yes, they are gone. And also, so are 240 of our men, because they've deserted, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. I was hoping to put down watchtowers this lad, but we're going to need some more money before we can watchtower all of the east ready for our Mongoli friends. So you get yourself over here ready to lay watchtowers. Same with you. But otherwise, yeah, this job is kind of done already. I'm sorry, Kamanos. You were there in spirit. I mean, you were here. You did some of the job. But unfortunately, there's not anything else to do. They're already dead. Oh, dear. Okay, Naguib. It's fine. We're going to give you the city. It's the great city of Naguib. And if anyone can come up with a fun pun name for Alexandria that makes sense for the revolt, then great. I'm going to, for the time being, call it Stevensandria. Stevensandria. Yeah, that will... Stephen Adria? You know what? Well, I might change the spelling of that later, but basically that's it for now. It's not great. That's why I'm asking you for assistance. Fine. Otherwise, feeling on my end of turn, I wasn't actually going to commentate for a little while, partly because my voice is completely destroyed, I think is the right term, but also because, yes, there was other jobs to do first, but wasn't expecting the end of our good old Egyptian friends there. Nonetheless, that's pretty darn positive, because it means that we now have even more boats, more boat dominance. It also means we can go and gather our army, and rather than head down to Tadili, yes, Adil doesn't need to worry about that. We can send this army to go and take back our old castle of Hadad. Oh, I'm excited about that. I can confirm, by the way, that Captain Naguib did get himself a marvellous, famous battle site. Beautiful. And also, by the way, that the, yes, Mashid are not actually being destroyed by us as we enter these cities. So Jerusalem just never had a temple, which is Yes, interesting, as mentioned. Anyway, we have some other business to take care of, such as, yes, the like of Iraklion, which, as you know, like very few men, so we'll just walk on into there. Absolutely fine. Apparently that was a mission. Oh, it's not a mission. Okay, fine. And also John, formerly of the Byzantines, is going to head on in. Absolutely fine, he'll just die. I didn't bother attacking him out in the field. No need on this particular occasion. Once again, do some sacking. We eject their priests and cardinals. Absolutely marvellous. And with that, you might as well get yourself back on the boat, except for maybe like one unit of someone. Who's going to stay behind? You guys can stay behind. We'll do a bit of merging, actually. Turcopoles, Turkomans. Yeah, it's fine. You get yourselves on the boats, and we'll just have a safe harbour over here on Crete for the time being. That will be absolutely marvellous. And yeah, we can always just add an extra unit into your army, sir. We do have a fair few boats around here now. By the way, yes, I think the Imperials over here are waiting for their boats because all their boats in the world have all descended on here. So we've now got the strait blocked up a little bit, which is amusing to me. So yeah, that's now looking good. Hopefully we can blockade them. They're not going to get too far. The thing is, I wonder if their army, if they're... Do we want to prevent them from getting on here? We might do, you know. The thing is, I'm not actually sure if they're on a boat, if they'll turn to us. I don't think it matters too much. The Jihadi force have actually made it all the way over here, so well done to them. They're not going to... Well, actually, to be fair, I mean, I guess the Jihad's still on, isn't it? But, yeah, this guy's already got it, sort of. I guess he's banned from the city, as already mentioned. But, yeah, good luck, Moors. We will kill you, but it won't quite be yet. And Deal itself is just it's just waiting for the last reinforcements coming up here from Chadili. That'll be excellent. And with those guys in hand as well, yeah, we'll be able to launch the counter westward. It'll be a while till anyone arrives from Tobuk Charlie, because we did take Arguan. It'll be a little while till they are there. In the time being, over in Portugal, we're just going to hold the bridge over here with Reginald. We've got Robin Elise heading over to here as well. And Captain Jeffrey heading through the Pyrenees in the more central location. So he's going to have a nice skiing holiday in Andorra or something like that. Malcolm, formerly of the Scots, is heading down to deal with some Milanese, while Vescotami and co. do have Milan under siege currently. We've got King Canoodle heading over to Innsbruck, which is magnificent news, and Adil, continuing his charge, is yeah, looking at Bologna. I'm guessing they don't have a general in here. They don't normally. Obviously, I gave this to them at the start of the game, so they wouldn't have had a general unless they sent one here. So yeah, they tend to get isolated down here with just the Emperor. So I think that might be the faction. If we take, oh no, of course it won't be, because there is the faction there. Okay, fine, we'll have to take both of them. Bit of an annoyance, but it's okay. As long as the Pope doesn't get involved. Could be an interesting one if the Pope gets involved. The deal might have some problems, then we shall see. Over in Ragusa, we have Abraham. I've decided he's going to lead a great force of, well, forces. And then we've got a cavalry army of generals. We're going to start building that up, I think. Jakub over here is just waiting to pounce on Zagreb. And it turns out Budapest is very well guarded. Well, lots of people anyway. They're mostly terrible Slav mercenaries and militia. Nonetheless, yes, these guys are going to have to get themselves organised. As for Krakow, we could head on in right now, but we're going to wait. I think Ziggy wants to come. Ziggy the Mean! Oh, that's not how this is supposed to go. I guess he does do a lot of burning of people when he takes over towns. But that's fine. They're just the non-rebel lads. Yeah, so Aaron and Celtes, we've just left enough of a gap for these guys, as well as Woodsmen and as Lithuanians, to join in. I think they need to be here for this. Marcus the Mean as well. Yeah, everyone's just mean. This guy he hasn't done enough killing yet. But he'll learn how to do that in time, damn it. Now, in terms of jobs right this second, actually, it might be a bit of an end-turn situation. I want some towers here, as well as a couple more ladders. So we're just going to wait another turn or so for Milan, but then we'll head into there. But yeah, I think it's sort of coming together. Quite happy just to get people in position in Iberia. No need to push through there until we just mop up, I think, some of, this more Central Europe kind of area. Yeah, we've got Vienna, we've got Prague. So yeah, moving on to the more easterly and these sort of southern territories. Let's take them out first. and we can finish the rest. I feel a bit lost, actually, down here with this suddenly ending. It's a bit confusing to me. Nonetheless, we'll wait till we have some money, and then we'll start laying down all the watchtowers in the world and preparing for the Mongols, because that's about 30 turns away. So that will creep up on me when I start having 15 turns to send people across the map. So I'll see if there's anything else, but lots of things coming together now. Oh, and Milan foolishly want to do this, do they? I think this is all they've got. They've got Count Nodor over here. I don't know why I went for a Japanese kind of accent for that one. We've got Maria. Okay, pick whatever name you want, that's fine. Ahead of their times, maybe. And Duke Agostino, who we already discussed. Ornamental armour, you absolute tit. And unmanly. Oh yes, we'll take you down very, very happily. So, they do have some attendant spear militia with 3 experience to bear in mind. And some Genoese bastard crossbowmen who doesn't need to be killed. Yeah, some decent units here. But we've got the numbers. We can stand in position, shoot them down. This should be okay, Rescaturmi. Yeah, these lads... They're the proper brutal chaps. I believe in you. Let's finish this job. This is one of those slightly annoying battlefields where the perfect position is on this nice little hilly ridge here, which is obviously going to leave the enemy right behind me. So we're going to have to split up and deal with these guys. We are going to run into a new position. They should be quite slow to get in because they're in the corner here. Nonetheless, we should just try and make sure that we're sensible about this. Going to keep the general... with the main force, but these guys are going to do their usual job and plough down into the likes of them. That will be a-okay, probably, I hope. So we'll just leave these guys as a mop-up force. That will be fine and dandy. In fact, yes, you come here. Just make sure we do that because we probably have to head back in the city to finish them off. But nonetheless, well, yeah, they are thundering forward quickly. Just get the general straight on in. He likes to do this kind of thing. That'd be magnificent. So, yeah, they're thundering down the hill. So is my general. Absolutely lovely. Let's just make sure these guys aren't firing too many shots as we get ourselves into play. Right, sounds like we've got a battle over here, which means, yeah, if we're starting to smash in, we should probably just pull them out. That would be magnificent. General is, I wouldn't say thundering down the hill. He's headed down the hill, if nothing else. A decent enough start, I suppose. That should just buy us enough time, thank you, Mr. Brave Lad, to get everyone in place. So yeah, you actually plough there. One of your lads actually dies there. And, oh, we've got halberd. Yes, so you do need to actually run into position. Absolutely, you do. Let's get these guys to just charge straight into that general. He does not need to live at all. They're spear militia, Thomas. Yeah, maybe we'll ignore these guys just a little bit. No, that's fine. We'll just charge on in. We'll see how much we do, quite frankly. Everyone else is just doing their job back at the main battlefield. Ooh, even into spear militia. That's a nice charge, to be fair. We'll let the rest of them do their job. As for the rest of this, oh, they're actually charging straight on in. Fair enough, lads. Fair enough. Go infantry onto guard mode. Big, clunky, chunky kind of a sound from the keyboard there. You off of, yeah, you get off of that mode. Because I need you just to charge in a little bit. Gonna say, get, yeah, she's all, yeah, just get all of them to aim at the general. That is a general dead. That's the one on the main road, which is, yeah, these guys over here, the assassin squad. Very nice job, all of you guys. Get us back up that hill. There's no need for you to deal with the infantry, to be honest. You're just here now to guard the rear of our main force, who are doing absolutely fine, by the way. I'm going to get this guy and my general to head around the flank just a little bit. No need to charge him in just yet. I wouldn't mind just keeping these guys busy for a moment. So, all missiles into El General. And this guy is going to hopefully be whittled down pretty soon. Charge in from these guys. Why are they distracted by him? Okay, well, sadly, they're going to get themselves killed. But they're at least distracting someone, aren't they? So that's fine by me. You guys run through here. Yeah, they're keeping them busy. That's very nice. So they're going to die. That is a-okay. That's just how it goes, really, isn't it? So what I need... Yeah. Yes. There's another bodyguard over here. You head after those spear militia. You head into him. You head into him. And we're going to start pushing down the hill and really pinning them in place now. I'm going to say that's what we do. General's bodyguard is too distracted by them. We're going to slam him in the rear with our own general. Very nice indeed. Just before that happens, are they heading in to us? They are indeed. You know what? I think we can go for one more big charge from knights. That'll be fine. You know what? Actually, yeah. General, you can do that job. That'll be fine. All right, we'll do that. Mr. General, into there, General. I believe in you, sir. By Jove. Charge, 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 charge. And come on, baby. Now, as you can see, we're not going to be mopping them all up here because we have accidentally met them in the corner, if only because of, yeah, where this all kind of took place. I obviously wanted the hill, but yeah, hasn't quite worked out in that regard. General's down to 10, so I'm just going to leave my general in there and hope that he can manage that himself. Now this is obviously just charging into spears, which isn't really ideal, but I believe in these guys. It's absolutely a-okay. You guys get yourself back a little bit more. General, keep pushing through. I think we've got most of these guys under control. Get this infantry into that kind of a position to make sure we have them surrounded. That's what these guys are already doing. Very nice job, lads. Very nice job. You get into them. You get into El General. I don't know why we're going for that particular phrase here today, but I'm happy enough with it. Right, they're going to get hit in the rear. There we go. There's the general gone as well. Down he goes immediately. Well done, Steve. Very nice stabbing. And we have a good bit of stabbing from Steve. All is merry in the world. And these guys, apparently they started running when we took care of them a minute ago. That's a-okay. We can still chase them down. Job well done, lads. As ever, these guys, absolutely brutal. Just throw them in, and they just keep doing the job. I mean, Rescaterme, lads, and the guys I forget the name of. Very, very good work. And with that, victory is ours. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if they run away, does it? Because I think this will be the whole faction dead. And indeed, Milan has flipped, and I think, yeah, you can see there on the map, Corsica has gone as well. That is Milan dead. I hope you still got the message because, yes, got to love that. But we've got a bridge battle with Portugal. This will clear up Pamplona for us. No need to head on into a good old fortress there. So we've got Enrique de Lorna. Yes, some very Portuguese letters thrown in there. Okay, Enrique de Lorna. Right, well, interesting. Not particularly good, but an interesting name. And we've got another force there, so we don't need to worry too much. They do have plenty of missiles, but we have enough for a bridge battle, and we're plenty of infantry to hold. I think this is them throwing themselves into a brick wall here. Let's head on in. In many ways, it's a fairly typical bridge situation, albeit, yeah, they're rushing across, because in Medieval 2, you do often find yourself a little bit further back. They're a bit wonky, aren't they? Very fun crossings here. A little bit of land poking out into where the bridge appears. But yeah, we're going to catch up there. Ginade, one of my favourite units on the game here. We've not really had many rebellions over in this part of the world, so we've not seen many of these fall to us. Pretty sure we do get them, though, which is very nice indeed. Now, if all missiles can just, say, aim at, I don't know, someone back here, mercenary spears, if at all possible, that would be perfect. These guys should all be on guard, so just hold your dumb position, you fools. Anyway, the Ginate are somewhat trying to flee back through us, but obviously this being Medieval 2, not Rome, it's going to be a lot longer and chunkier, but we'll just shoot on into them, and it'll be fine. They're starting to get desperate because the rest of the cavalry are coming on in. The Ginate were really just there to get across the bridge quickly and skirmish, but yeah, now they're sending in the rest of them. So flaming arrows starting to appear, but it's always a bit pathetic, I find, on Medieval 2. Oh, they've actually given up at the entrance there. I wasn't expecting them to actually fail. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll send the cavalry just to smash in for a moment, but yeah, we just need all infantry, I would say, to get flying on in. If you can come and help out, thank you very much. Right, cavalry, come and plug the gap, because apparently they've actually managed to push through pretty well here. Now we've got 3 of the 4 units there routing. Well, actually there are 5 units. It's actually the backstop who's done the job, actually, as it turns out. Get the general just to plug the gap while the infantry arrive. These other cavalry really haven't done anything useful. Just get out of the way, you twits. Anyway, general should be fine at this point just to pull back into a supporting role once again. Yeah, obviously This can get very, very, very chunky indeed. Everyone just get on top of that general's bodyguard. You guys just, you know, do what you're doing. Anyway, this guy and the town militia decided to actually keep fighting, so well done to them. I didn't think we'd actually need our proper armoured sergeants, but apparently we do. A bit embarrassing, but it's also embarrassing when their general dies. So that should give us the morale boost we now need. They are mostly fleeing now. There are some reinforcements, by the way. Down goes the general. Very nice indeed. That'll be the second lad, I suppose. Yeah, most of the reinforcements have already piled in. It's just some of those guys at the rear. At this point, it looks like all infantry have done their job. Get them out of there. Get the cavalry across. Let's see what we can chase down. Turns out we can't chase down anyone because, yes, it's not actually a very big battlefield, which is unfortunate. But there is a nice building over here, so I guess that is something. There are actually a couple units just running away over there. You know what, lads, it's fine. We'll just end it. So a decent battle for Reginald de Orleans, but it turns out, yes, these units were a bit shite. On to the new turn then, where we discover a new Imperial family member who seems to be pulled out of the arse of Bohemia here. Of course, this army was already hiding in the forest, so I guess they had to spawn him somewhere. But, okay, we do need to go and deal with them soon, because they've got an army over here as well, and the boats have started to arrive, so we should go and maybe pick them off. Nonetheless, the likes of Zagreb then, now under siege as well, just get a big pile of ladders. Ragusa, I was kind of expecting them to attack me here, but they have not, so that one could be interesting. CS Bologna, under siege, we'll get on with that next turn. Now, because Milan flipped to us, technically, gives us a few more units just to reboost this army over here. So, yes, Riska Terme, Abdelimiki the Wrathful, of course. Brave, very loyal with his guard dog, driven by rage, as all the good men are. Yes, okay, and Cobain Eye good, of course. These three, absolute beasts, all of them, and all pretty young, actually. They can go and face off against the Mongols, potentially. That'll be excellent news. But yes, next turn they're going to head down to Florence so that we can, in a couple of turns, finish off the Imperials. Over in Spain then, we're just going to go hold the bridge. Reginald de Orleans over here, Robert Elise here, Captain Geoffrey here, and Francis de Marchand over here, just to kind of hold the fort down. Let's just try and focus on certain things. If you're wondering why my money is so bad, yeah, we've inherited a lot of boats, and they're really, really cocky and expensive. Galley over here is 150-ish. Let's just try and, if we don't need them, I'm going to go and try and kill some of them, because actually they're quite irritating. So, yeah, just get yourself sunk if you wouldn't mind, lads. I don't mind a proper fleet, for example, as we head back towards, yes, good old Haddad over here. But aside from the likes of that fleet, most of them are just costing me an awful lot of money. So, yes, we got to find people to go and die against, I suppose. I'm going to send them to port and disband them, which is probably what I'm going to start doing to some of these. Wouldn't mind just actually trying to sink them anyway, because it wouldn't be a terrible plan to, yeah, just make sure that they don't join me in a minute. I'm surprised you lost that one, lad. But it is what it is. You know what, John? You can have a nice time over here on Crete for the time being. You just have a nice day, and we'll work on you in time. How they got away, I'll never know. But, yeah, a bit of money problems. It just means we can't really get as many things set up as I'd like to in terms of watchtowers. Plenty of men to do the business. But, yeah, I don't need you either. Come on, lads. Yeah, we don't actually need a port to disband, do we? I forget about that on Medieval 2. So, yes, I don't think we need most of these. We can sort of leave one of you. Yeah, you can stay here. We'll just keep one boat in the Black Sea in a safe port. But aside from that, we're fine. Okay, time to head into Krakow. Now, it's a big old chunky looking force, but there's a lot of catapults and ballistas. That could be terrible news, actually, for our friends here. One of them is going to die. I'm going to call that now. We'll see. But King Vladislav the Chivalrous needs to be slaughtered. Oh, high chivalry king. That is magnificent. They'll be oh, they're not breeding very much. I guess it is a siege, Thomas. But yes, it does boost population growth an awful lot. Let's hit in to finish off the Poles. Also, by the way, Budapest is under siege. But yeah, we need more reinforcements to arrive there before we finish that off. We've got Tentapes, Oxinta, Pontius. No one particularly famous in there. Just a few of the newer lads who've done decent work, but nothing spectacular. We do then have Aaron, we have Salties, we have Marcus the Mean, and Stefan Koslov over here. But Zygmunt, obviously, the main lad. Why do we not have more ladders, by the way? We really should have more ladders. Oh, for Pete's sake. We're going to have to do this one more turn. Make sure we've got everything in play, damn it. But we are getting most things into position, so we will indeed wait one more turn. But I think we're in a very good position indeed. Good news, our fleets are being crushed. That's what we want to see. Crush us all, please. And with that, we've apparently been executed for heresies. Not Moses. Oh no, Moses the heretic. No. Don't let it be you. Oh, this guy's finally dead. Yeah, they've got an Inquisitor. I mean, we have been making this area very, very heretic for a while now, so it's not too surprising. Okay, you head into there. We'll go do a Bologna momentarily. Indeed, Florence can also be put under siege. Thank you very much, lads. It's a pretty basic army, but it does need to be destroyed all the same. Get a few more ships cleared out because our money is getting worse and worse. And indeed, yeah. Oh, they're sending a big army over here to a deal. That is interesting. You know what then? We'll send some of you back around to go and defend that. Okay, half stack in a deal will be able to deal with anything they can throw at us. That's fine. I'm just hoping this will still be enough. Can't actually currently see the situation. There's a few Spanish fleets and a little Moorish fleet. They only have 3 as far as I'm aware. But yeah, we can't actually do any more with regards to that. Fine. Over in this part of the world, then we will just get people. Maybe we should actually go deal with the Spanish, actually. So they might need some mopping up, Robin. But otherwise, yes, we'll just get ourselves down into position and block things up. That should prevent any more of those kind of invasions happening once we get everyone else into position. Actually, we do have this guy coming too. So there are plenty of units around here. We're going to deal with the Spanish in time. But with everything else in position, let's indeed go in head off and finish off the poles. We've got plenty of ladders now. So, mostly ballistas. There are quite a few infantry though, so hence we do want the ladders just to help us in. So, let's head on in, sir. In we head to battle then, and I think this is going to be a fun, chunky affair, and obviously no one is going to die to those ballistas and onagers at all. There are plenty of men on the walls, so plenty of chunking to be got with. But yes, we got Ziggy at the front with his good old unpronounceables. By the way, you might notice if I click on them, it says mounted crossbowmen, which is apparently how you pronounce this word here. So there we are. I have been pronouncing that very well the whole time, as it turns out. Over on this flank, we do have yes, good old Ziggy's friends here, the woodsman, and our Lithuanian archers. They're his archers. He's given that job over to these guys over here. It's their job to prove themselves, Aaron. Don't get them killed. Don't get them killed, sir. Right, but that's not a good start to your run. Not looking at you with much praise right now. Anyway, as for over here with Marcus and his good old Russian mate, yeah, they seem to have scared them off the walls. That's more like it. That's what you want to see. Lithuania is also getting into a saucy position here on the side walls to be shooting people down. Oh, that's going to be marvellous. This is looking very good indeed at this stage. And as for the frontal gates, yes, they seem to be having a bit of a wingle-wangle, trying to figure out where they want to be. They don't want to be dead is probably what they're deciding, because they are largely running off the walls. Oh, we love a good chunky affair like this. There's battles going on, sodding everywhere, and that is just excellent. How have we ended up this side of them? Works for me, I guess. We're on the hill. As for over here, I don't know how we won that, but apparently we have won that battle at the main gateway. I was just starting to send the in, but apparently they never did it. That's interesting. These guys have apparently gone all the way around there because we apparently don't have this tower. We should have this tower, but apparently we don't anymore. Absolutely excellent. Is anyone going to do any fighting here, lad? That would be marvellous. If so, I'd quite like these guys to get on in. Actually, yeah, they're just throwing javelins in, aren't they? So they're not actually getting too far involved, just the odd bit of support. Okay, with that then, that should be this gateway ours. Love a good chunky affair. Yeah, just keep on running forward, lads. See where it takes you. This is a little bit of an AI-only kind of nonsense at this point, isn't it? You know what? On that note, maybe that's what we should be doing. Yes, AI assistants, you go and do that. I'm going to be Ziggy, thank you very much. So Ziggy, get yourself into the city at this point because, yeah, we need to go and chase these guys down. They have indeed been largely dealt with. Actually, Ziggy, you can just go and help out against these spear militia. I think you'll be fine with that. Bit of support is absolutely A-OK. So, at this point, why are you leaving? You're supposed to be helping me. Oh, for Pete's sake, of course, I put you on to AI assistance and your decision immediately is to run away. Useless, but it could be more amusing this way at least. Job done for Ziggy then. Excellent work. He can come and join his friends over here. Absolutely marvellous stuff. Yeah, absolutely. We're just going to get ourselves in a nice little trap here. Shiltram here. A few horses who are just a little bit too eager, but it's fine. If I can raise in the side. And we'll see what the rest of our friends do, because I think they might be... You're just leaving. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. I set this all up for you, but you decided not to bother. Well done. Okay, what about you, sirs? You appear to also be leaving. Why are you leaving? We're supposed to be taking the city, you plums. Can't help but notice they are demolishing their own city at this point. Excellent work. They clearly don't have enough respect for the greatness that is their own home. So, I guess we'll be taking it from them then. So you guys, back on to fire at will, and yeah, there's a proper chunky ass battle going on that we're taking out the king, and that is the end of Poland, no matter what else happens here. Ziggy, hold on firm, thank you very much, my good friend. And yeah, we're going to have to take them on because everyone else has given up. Now, a random flaming shot could take him out here. I'm going to say, lads, can you get off AI control, because I'm just going to reorganize all of you now. Get yourselves in. Thank you. No, all of you. All of you, just get yourselves into the battle. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, there's some flaming shots coming here, which could be problematic if we're not sensible about all of this. So, you, sir, are indeed fighting by yourself right now against town militia. Not really too ideal, if I'm honest with you. And maybe we can get the infantry in to help you. Fine. Yes, the AI only wasn't a particularly good experiment there, but it is something we'll try on a future campaign. I know, obviously, I think Melkor's done some AI-only kind of campaign things before. But, yes, I think when you just actually enter the battle and see how it runs, I think there's a different kind of concept. It's an intriguing one. We could have a lot of fun with that, because it does seem like it would go incredibly silly, according to this battle anyway. Because, yes, it's an attacking siege, and no one did any attacking. So, okay, fine. I'm going to say, you lads, I need you to actually come and help us here by taking these guys out. So, I'm going to say, yeah, keep on pushing. Oh, these guys. Actually, no, that's the wrong unit, isn't it? It is the wrong unit. It's these guys over here. Yes, you guys, get in, slaughter them. That would be very, very, very helpful indeed. But these units might well be around here. So at this point that we've accidentally pushed forward. Oh yes, that is the two generals that I've sent forward in this way. That's fine. At this point we're sort of trying to push forward. It's A-OK. Get all the infantry into the centre then. As long as these guys aren't firing, won't lose any random generals, which would be quite shocking. But it does seem like we've just about managed to pull that off so far. And at this point it is just a big scrum here on the plaza. 25% of ours lost, 99% of theirs. You know who's left at this stage? Is it just these 5 ballista over here and maybe 1 lad over in this direction? Yeah, it's pretty much all over. I was trying to get Z into the action, but he's already done plenty enough. So well done, everyone. I don't believe any of you died, even when I did turn you onto AI, albeit you were slightly cowardly when we did that. Nonetheless, that's the end of polls. It is not titles that honours men, but men that honour titles. Indeed, true words there. For the King of Poland was not the honourable one. No, in spite of all of his epithets, the honour lies with the anarchy. And we will take that glorious title. We will sack your settlement, and with it, we'll see faction destroyed Poland. Also, faction destroyed Milan, but we never got that cocky message because the game's a bastard and didn't even let us revel in that. How cruel indeed, but that's a very nice bit of work. Finally got them dealt with. They were a proper thorn in our side if we never, named an episode like that. Because there is a good pun there, but I've probably done it before, to be honest, so we don't need to worry about that. The only guilds I've been seeing, by the way, are like thieves guilds, which are kind of pointless to me. So, yeah, I've been destroying them, but there's no like other guilds that might actually have been helpful, which is a bit of a shame. Nonetheless, there we are, Ziggy, another good job done, but we can probably give this city to someone else. Who else can have it? You know what, Aaron? You know what, Stefan? Yeah, we can have this one for you. Now, what's your surname? You're Kozlov. Okay, fine. So this is now the city of Kozlov. I've given a Polish city over to the Russians, but aside from that, I think it's one of the Russian lands. Even so, he's proven his worth to us at this point. So very nicely done. Ziggy, once again, he's a steady drinker these days. He's actually 57, so I don't think he'll make the Mongols, unfortunately. But we might be able to still have him join in say, one more, like the end of Hungary. That could be a job that he gets involved in. So yes, let's merge up together. And let's continue marching, shall we, sir? Oh no. I think the game's just done it again. It's done that stupid thing where he doesn't exist anymore. Oh no, does that mean the game's going to kill Ziggy and all of his friends? Oh no. I can't be having... I'm at the reload. I can't be having that nonsense because that's what happened to the other guy at the start of the episode. Can you get moving? I don't know if he exists. I'm going to reload and just see if he still exists. Yeah, I've reloaded and it's decided to kill Aaron. So, yeah, we're having characters glitching out now. That's weird. You know what? We'll name Budapest after you, Aaron. Whoever you are. I don't know why you died. I don't know why this guy died. Oh, dear. Okay, fine. It's fine. I'm going to say we're probably safe, but I'm going to reload one more time just to make sure that everyone else isn't going to die one by one. Huzzah, it appears that the rest of us are indeed safe. That is goodly news indeed. Okay, we will just get a few extra men in this direction. So we'll get Ziggy to join in with the end of Hungary. That'll be a-okay. Can we just auto-resolve this one? That will be marvellous. That's the end of Zagreb. And I didn't see the name of the guy there. You know what? We'll just name this in honour of you, Aaron. Whoever you are. I don't know why they decided to kill you. But apparently he had to fall on his sword. Perhaps he was unimpressed at his cowardly behaviour in that there battle. By the way, is this the end of Venice as well now? Oh. Wellity. Yeah, I guess so, because we smashed up their islands, haven't we? Let's end them now then, shall we? Oh no, they still got Venice. Of course, Thomas, they're Venice. They have Venice. That is a Venetian town, after all. Oh, we can't quite end them. Bit of a shout, and they've also got Innsbruck. We can deal with Innsbruck, though. That's fine. Innsbruck. Canoodle. Done. Very nice. Canoodle, bring your force down south. Let's get us moving towards Venice. Oh, magnificent. But ultimately, then, that is it for today. As I say, next time, Holy Roman Empire, Venice, and Hungary all on their last legs. 2 cities for 2 of them and just the one left for them. Some chunky battles, though. Imperials and the Hungarians have big forces, and in Ragusa there's a fair amount outside. Could be some fun battles to be had there. And that does set us up nicely for the follow-up over here in Iberia. We've got ourselves positioned, as well as a lot of fleets, actually. Might just go and smash those. But as we go and smash all of those, and the music starts playing for the channel here, we shall leave it for today. And yes, with hopefully less and less ships to pay the upkeep for, we might just have some money for some watchtowers, which will make me very happy indeed. So for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nerfed the Human, and this has been our Rebels campaign here in Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye, my Milanese fiends. Suffice to say, I could be doing a better job of, not burning down my own city. That's the kind of hit we won. Let it not be said that our Emperor doesn't lead from the very front to hack down the peasants. This is about to go horrendously wrong. It's absolutely fine. It just gives these guys a reminder to maybe aim better next time.